Jamie Fredericks, and I'm the minister and team leader of the Shore Community Church in Bognor, Regis. It's a Baptist church with a worshipping community of just over 100 people of all ages that connect with us on a Sunday, and a much wider community that connects with us in different ways through the week. Bognor Regis presents some interesting and diverse challenges for mission and ministry, I would say. It's a famous seaside town with some very affluent areas stretched along the coast, and those attract many retirees from London and the home counties. And alongside this, the town also contains some of the most deprived wards in Sussex. So there's a real need in the realms of finances and education and health as well. And also there's been a sense of transition in recent years as the town becomes more diverse and culturally dynamic, and extensive new housing developments have happened on the outskirts of town. These attract more young families, but they also raise different concerns about infrastructure and provision, things like that. And I guess like every other church and community in the country, we're also coming to terms with the aftermath of the pandemic, trying to learn lessons and understand what's happening in our community and what this might mean for the future of the church. So in this context, we feel that God has called us to pursue the well-being of our community in all its facets. That's practical, mental, emotional and spiritual. And we do this under the umbrella of our wellbeing project, which is called The Haven. And the kind of beating heart of that is a cafe, which we launched in 2021. And that's just a really warm and welcoming space that attracts local people and is also really valued by the partner organisations that use the church's facilities through the week. It's also a hub for various initiatives that we run, such as our really popular Renew 139 group, which is part of the National Renew Wellbeing organisation. And we have so many plans and big dreams to develop this work even further in the coming months and years. So our identity as The Shore is a fairly recent rebranding, but one which really grew out of a deep sense of connection with our geography and what that represents. So the shore, we like to say, is a meeting place between the land and the sea. It's a place to set sail from and also arrive home to. It's constantly kind of shifting, unknowable, but inspiring, a liminal space, if you like. And perhaps that's representative of the spiritual space in which I believe we as a society find ourselves. I think a willingness to be open and to explore and to make space for questions and kind of the journey is fundamental to our identity as a church. I've always been slightly suspicious of vision statements. They sometimes seem like they're the product of some leadership strategy day that were filled with all the right jargon and good intentions. But unless they're truly owned and lived out by the organisation or whatever, they don't really have any real substance. But a vision statement of sorts has started to emerge from the midst of the Shore Church in the past couple of years. And it's one that I'm really happy to share, as I know that it comes from the heart of us as a people. It's genuinely held and lived out in this community by so many amazing, dedicated, Jesus-following people. And it goes like this. It says, as a church, our vision is to build spaces of care, love, freedom, creativity and justice in our community. Sacred spaces where our actions nurture well-being, wholeness and human flourishing in Jesus' name. We choose to be accessible with a comprehensible vision and purpose, living this out in an open and inclusive way. We want to make the good news of Jesus accessible to a generation that is sceptical about religion, in which the Christian message is often regarded as passé or irrelevant, in which religion is mistrusted and the church has lost credibility. We seek to build that credibility by being an undeniable force for good in our community. We seek to be accessible and relevant by communicating in creative, inspiring, engaging ways. We seek to build trust and overcome skepticism by being transparent, vulnerable, humble fellow travellers. If this sounds like a vision that you could get inspired by and would like to see lived out in this community, then we would love to hear from you.